Hi, everybody, and welcome to this show on how to compute your soul urge and your quiescent self, which are the consonants in your name. Now, why this is such an important show is because once you compute your soul urge and your quiescent self, which is the consonants in your name, you will know not only about yourself and all the gifts that you were born with naturally and that you still have, even if you claim you don't have these qualities in your personality, it'll be pretty hard for someone else to say you don't, but you'll also know how you appear to others. So you'll know that if you want to apply for that perfect job, you'll know how others view you. And that's really important because your consonants tell us how other people see you. They don't really represent who you really are. It's your soul urge, those qualities that your soul has brought with you from one life into this life. And even if you don't, as I've mentioned, believe in reincarnation, you can compute your soul urge and discover for yourself all these wonderful qualities that you have. So let's do a deep dive and let's go right into it. And let's see right now what it is. Let me share my screen with you. And there we are. Let's learn, take a deeper dive into the letters of our names, our first, middle, and last name. And for you people that don't have a middle name, we're not born with a middle name, don't worry about it. Each letter in the alphabet, our alphabet, vibrates to the description of the numbers 1 through 9. So when I talked about the ones in your life path number right through to the 9 and the 11 and the 22, those descriptions will always also apply to the letters in your name. It's just that you will live through each one of the letters of your name. And not all the time, if your name is Sally, will you be living in the letter A? But that's for a very deep dive at a later show. Right now, we're just doing easy basics that reveal so much about yourself. So when we look at the A, the J, and the S, they carry the 1 vibration. The B, the K, and the T carry the 2 vibration, even if the letter K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. It's vibrating just a little bit more. The C, the L, and the U carry the 3 vibration. The D, the M, and the V carry the 4 vibration. Now, the M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. In some areas, it's got a karmic overtone. So be sure to pick up that show that I've done on the karmic numbers, because the M is a karmic letter. There are no such thing as bad, malefic numbers. There aren't. There's no such thing as a good or bad letter. It is a human choice you take to live on the positive side of the stream as opposed to the negative side of the stream that's flooding the valley and eroding the flowers. Let's look at that 5 vibration. It's carried by the E, the N, and the W. The 6 vibration is carried by the F, the O, and the X. The 7 vibration is carried by the G, the P, and the Y. And the 8 vibration is carried by the H, the Q, and the Z. And the 9 vibration is carried solely by the I and the R. Now let's talk about just vowels, the vowels in your name. The vowels in your name are computed above your name when we compute someone's name. And they are called, when we add them together, your first name, then your middle name, and then your last name. They are called your soul urge. Why? Because the vowels in your name indicate what you're really like, and they indicate the aspects of your inner self that are uniquely you. They are just you. They are the real you. And we're going to be analyzing a name very shortly. The soul urge are what abilities you can count on to get ahead. What traits and characteristics have already been developed and carried from one life path into another, life into another. The traits that you can count on, they're the real you. It's the divine spark. Remember, I have mentioned to you that we all have an heroic mission. Well, the soul urge is part of that heroic mission, that divine spark or force within each one of us, which consists of universal intelligence. That is the driving force that we have for recognition, for ambition, for accomplishment, for love. It is what motivates us within, what really moves us in life. It's not something that is often seen by others, okay? So it's very important to realize that it's within you yourself. Now, newsflash, folks, if you want to know what someone is really like, analyze their vowels. Your soul urge gets you out of some really tight spots in your life. So analyze your own value, your own vowels, know how to use your vowels. These are the qualities when you're stuck that you can use to get ahead. But if you want to know what someone is really like within, analyze their vowels, not the consonants in their names, okay? The consonants within someone's name is how they appear. It isn't how they often are. So you can appear very confident and very qualified for a job and actually not be. But you can work on how you appear using the qualities of your soul urge to become extremely competent in a job or as a husband, as a wife, as a mother. So let's move along. Whereas the consonants in our names are also called the quiescent self. The consonants are really more dormant within us, but more exposed on the outside. And that is how others see you, the impression you make on others, your daydreams. What do you dream about when no one's around, when you see yourself as a king or a queen, or as a great speaker or a great congressman, or someone that, gets the fire out? That's really your quiescent self. It is not your true self, as I mentioned, but it is that first appearance that you give to others. And we all have to be mindful of the first appearance, because a person's mind never gets rid of that first appearance that you make. So what you see may not always be what you get. Your quiescent self, however, can get you, as I mentioned, get that job or attain that special position that you're looking for, because it's often how people make decisions in life. Other people, bosses especially, when they have hundreds of applicants, they make that decision on that first impression that a person makes. A lot of people are hoodwinked, even in the romantic realm, for what and who a person is on that first impression that they make. But when it comes to romance, people in your office, the things that you want to teach your child or your loved one, go for the vowels. And always when you're wishing and you're putting something out there to the universe, Be careful what you wish for, because the universe and ourselves, we are part of the universe, and we are part of that divine intelligence that just might answer your wish if it lines up with what you're supposed to do. If it doesn't, you must always remember that the universe frequently knows what's best for you. Remember when you asked for $1 million to win the $1 million lottery? Remember also that most people that win the lottery go broke. So keep that in mind also. Let's move on. Turning to the quiescent self, it's great if you turn the quiescent self or the consonants into your name into reality by developing the qualities, the positive traits that the quiescent self represents. It's often the quiescent self that also determines the type of clothing that you wear, whether it's racy, sexual, romantic, tailored, or sturdy. I enjoy in my quiet life when I'm not in court and I'm not litigating. And, as an attorney, I have to appear in court very respectfully dressed, but outside I love rhinestones and beaded clothing. I love pretty, creative, blingy kind of things. So, my outside life, my friends, that's what they see. However, when I'm in court, I'll almost guarantee that people see me, they see the 8, that business side of me, because I'm an 8 life path. And as you will see, I have some 8s in my name as well. So when we add the letters of our first name, both the soul urge and the quiescent self, and the letters of our middle name and our last name, both the soul urge and the quiescent self, when they add them together, we get a total that we call the expression, or our destiny number. And that destiny number tells us how we must live to be successful. So you can see here on some level how the life path says, go down that path and you will be successful, because that is the life path you took. You decided on that you were going to be that life path in order to be successful. Your expression, or your destiny number, is telling you when you go down that life path, how you got to live it, how you should live it in order to be successful. It points the way to your mission in life. Why are you here? Why are you here? How do you have to live? What you were meant to do, what you must do, the people you will work with, the people you will encounter along the way, how you must cooperate with others to attain your destiny. Are you going to do a solo because you're very creative? Are you going to work very cooperatively with others? Unlike the life path number, you are not born with the vibrations and the qualities in your expression. These qualities you must develop in order to be successful. So the total of the first name consists of your personal qualities, your disposition, and your feelings. The traits and your personal attitudes. The total of your middle name, if you have it, is more emotional in nature. It consists of your inner strength, your inner reserve, what you've got emotionally inside. The total of your last name possesses those inherited characteristics that are part of your last name. I believe I discussed that when we talked about Richard Gere's number in Bob Dole's numbers consisting of the vibrations of their last name. News flash for you ladies. If you want to use your married name, that married name will not, you will not absorb the qualities of your married name until you're using them for a number of years. So expect at least 5 years before you can see some of those qualities in your married name helping you out. Now, if you hear the married name and it kind of like is dissonant to your ears, try it on for size before you get married. Try on whether you want to hyphenate your married name, keep your old name and hyphenate it and use your married name, because it might add certain qualities that you need. Say your married name has no 3s in it, or you're deficient in, the 5 vibration. You may want to use your married name to help propel you, forward a little bit faster. Your married name may, as I say, add qualities that your maiden name lacks. So it's going to take a few years to absorb and develop those qualities. So here we are. Let's look at my name, Sylvia. You will see, as I mentioned before, that we take the vowels, the numeric vibration of the vowels, and we place them when we're analyzing someone's name above each vowel. Now, if you have a syllable in your name that doesn't have a vowel, such as Syl in Sylvia, it doesn't have a vowel, but it's got a Y there. In situations where you have a syllable that has a Y there, but not a vowel, the Y becomes computed as a vowel and not a consonant. So in the name Sylvia, like the name Sally, Sally has 2 syllables, Sal, S-A-L, where the A is a vowel, and Lee, L-Y, where the Y sounds actually like a vowel. So in Sally, the A would be a vowel and the Y would be a vowel. Similarly, in Sylvia, the Y in Sylvia takes the 7 vibration of a vowel because it's a syllable that doesn't have a consonant. And in the second half of my name, Via, we have the I and the A. So when we analyze the vowels just in Sylvia, we come to a 17, and 1 plus 7 is an 8. And what is my life path number also? It's a 26 or a 62, 8. Now, when we look at the consonants in Sylvia, the S, the L, and the V are 3 consonants. And when we add them together, that also vibrates to the number 8. So my first name, Sylvia, both vowels and consonants vibrate to the same number as my life path number. And when we add them together, you will see later that it's the number 25-7. So there's this analytical side to the number Sylvia, 25. 2 plus 5 equals 7. The vowels of my name make me appear a person. It begins with a 1. So I'm a great beginner, and I'm also analytical, like the 7. And I'm businesslike, like the 8, because 1 plus 7 equals the number 8. I'm organized, I'm executive, I'm fairly good with money, Let's look at the consonants in the name Sylvia. That's a number 8 also. So basically, I appear to others to be analytical, sharp, strong, powerful. Let's go to my middle name. Now, this middle name I was not born with. I took this middle name sometime in my early teen years. So basically, at my age, the middle name has been working for me for a number of years. So let's look at the name Elizabeth. When we look at the middle name and the vowels in Elizabeth, they vibrate to a 20. When we look at the consonants in Elizabeth, they vibrate to a 23. So when we look at the number 20, I'm a higher vibration of the 2, and I'm cosmically in some way protected because I'm a higher vibration of the 2 with a 0 at the end. And any number with a 0 at the end carries with it cosmic protection. Now, how I appear to others is a 23 in the name Elizabeth. That's pretty strong. It's a great number if you're a lawyer, you're a litigator, because it carries elements of legal protection in it, mobility, advancement. It's a number, the 2, that works very well with people, and 3 is very creative with words. And 2 plus 3 is a 5. And in my name, before I took the middle name Elizabeth, I only had 1 5 vibration in my name. I was deficient in the vibration that many people are really carry multiple 5 vibrations. So many 5 vibrations do people carry in their 5 name that you could even reduce it. I don't have that many. So the name Elizabeth gives me 2 more 5 vibrations, the E in Elizabeth, which are 2 of them. And with the E in DiPietro, my last name, it brings me up to spin with most people. So when we look at my soul urge of a 20, I'm cooperative. I appear to work well with others. I don't appear, I was born with this ability to work well with others. Groups, women, children. Remember the 2? Analytical, dexterity, sensitivity, all the meanings of the number 2 would exist in the 20 or the higher vibration of the number 2. Let's look at how I appear to others. My quiescent self, that 23. It's a 2 plus 3 equals 5. I move swiftly, I'm mobile, I can accept change, I can multitask, I have a legal bend. That's how I appear to others. So when I add the vowels to the consonants in my middle name, I come up with a 43-7. Now, a 43-7 is someone who enjoys quiet. They like to read. They like to stay by themselves an awful lot. That 4 comes first, though. That 4 likes to put a foundation underneath everything it does. So it would be a workaholic kind of tendency, a very organized worker, but someone that also enjoys creativity, can be stubborn, is very, very analytical in nature. And the creative side is what I'm doing here. It's my gift to you to teach you all about numbers. So all you have to do is meet somebody and get back in your car and analyze them immediately. Well, but you already have the ability to do that with their birthday numbers. So let's look at my last name, DiPietro. Look at those eyes. The eyes vibrate very, very fast in the 9 vibration. So we see that we have 2 9s, a 5 vibration, and a 6 with the letter O. So when we add those numbers together, what do we get? a 29 vibration. And when we add 2 plus 9, the vowels in my name, DiPietro, as a family inherited vibration is the 11, but it's an 11 that comes off of a 2 plus 9, because 2 plus 9 equals 11. It's a number, the vowel count, the soul urge of someone that gets along with others and likes to get along with all kinds of people of all forms of life. Now, let's look at those consonants, the quiescent self in the D, the P, the T, and the R, master numbers. How do I appear to others? I appear to others as a master, which I think after almost 50 years of studying numbers, I have finally attained, hopefully, the vibration of someone who is a masterful computer of the qualities and where the energy is pushing people. When I've had the ability, which was years ago when I had my own TV show, to read them. When we put the vowels and the consonants together, we discover that the expression in the last name DiPietro is a 51. It is the number of the warrior. 29, the 29 in the vowels says life is an experience. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm a dreamer, I'm analytical, but I am humanitarian in nature. I love to illuminate life and qualities. You can see that I'm doing this right on this show. I am dexterous. I have a little bit of an artistic element in myself. Other people say I have a big artistic element in myself, huge artistic element. I am not that confident. And children, I adore children, especially my own child and my own grandchildren. On the quiescent level, I appear as a master builder, and I do like to build big. I like to touch as many people as I can in life with the knowledge that I have, whether it's teaching law or teaching numerology. I enjoy to travel distant, very far distant places, and 22s love to travel the globe, and I am one of them. It is a universal number. I'm hardworking. I'm an extrovert. And when we look at my last name, I think I mentioned once before in a former show that my last name, the 5 and the 1, is the number of the warrior. The 5 goes first, and it puts itself behind, but it's the number 6. It's a very strong 51-6 number. Again, it's a quick number. So my family vibration, my inherited qualities that come off of the expression of my last name, DiPietro, make me a warrior. In my vocation, I'm a wordsmith. So every day in some way, I'm somebody's lawyer. Somebody's calling me to help them do something, to protect them, to defend them, to stick up for them, to represent them. The 5 is also the number of publishing in my last name, writing. The number of authority is the number of 6. The 6 always carries an artistic ability, the number of voice, singing, the number of voice and authority, and no matter what it does, many politicians have the 6 in it. And so I am a warrior with words as in my day job, my vocation as an attorney. So that's where we are right now with the numbers of your soul, the number vibration in your soul urge, and in the quiescent self, your consonants and how you appear to others. Take a piece of paper, a pencil, and start computing the vibrations of your children, how much you love them and how you can help them. Get familiar with your students. and your friends. See what kind of qualities they were really born with that they bring to the table. If you're a teacher, compute all the names of your children in your classroom, first, middle, and last name. Do yourself a favor, because you're there to inspire and to lift up children. You're in the area of, we call it loco parentis. You're the parent to the child in the classroom. It's your job to teach children, to give them confidence. I did that once with a child that, my gosh, I think I was about 21 years old. And my mother was always farming me out to help people, because kindness is a quality that was, in gratitude, two qualities that were really heavily pounded into us when we were children. It was very important to be kind. And one time my mother made me tutor this kid at about 21 and 22 years old, I was, who was very bad in math, and they were going to fail him. They were going to hold him back and not let him go to fourth grade. So every time I tutored this kid, I told him, planted up here, that he was a little genius. I taught him every trick I knew during the summertime. And I am so proud of myself, and I was so proud of him, that when he got to fourth grade, he was doing sixth grade math. So, you'd be surprised by computing a child's numbers and giving them the confidence that they lack in speech alone, that pat on the back, and knowing if they need help, that they have the ability to accept it. It's amazing what you can do to help children today. And so, one of my books up there on Amazon is Raise Your Kids by the Numbers, Your Child's Guide to Numerology. It was wonderful writing that book. It's about the vibration of kids in the early stages. I have 2 volumes out on Live Your Life by the Numbers. I upgraded a book that I wrote in 1991 and added a volume to it. It's 2 volumes, Live Your Life by the Numbers, Your Guide to Numerology. And you'll notice I am always talking about the power behind the single digit number, which is the double digit number. So I went and wrote a book on that too. Double digits, Your Guide to Numerology, and the power of the double digit number. So I really want to thank you for sharing your time with me. If you like this show, please hit subscribe. If there's anything special you want to hear about, please send me a note. And remember, this day is more precious than you think. Please remember that and live your life. Live your life by the numbers. Makes life really much easier. Bye for now.